And new at 10 tonight, we often report the number of deaths from COVID-19 in the state daily, and the number of deaths here in Winnebago County as they come in. But each of those numbers has a name, a face, and a story. One of those names, Kenneth Boswell, and his story ended Thursday without his wife by his side. Kenneth Boswell's story started 64 years ago.
And he's been nothing but the best husband a person can have. He's been the best father, best friend.
He and his wife Gianna were happily married for more than a decade.
Because of him is who I am today. My life completely changed when I met him.
Gianna got a COVID-19 test more than a week ago. Then, on Sunday, the news came.
When I got my test, that took 9 days for me to get back, for us to know anything.
The next morning, Kenneth went to the hospital with pneumonia-like symptoms and given a COVID-19 test. On Tuesday, a positive result, followed by intubation.
But we gave him, encouragement that, if that's the only choice, then, we'd rather try it than not try it.
Then, the news got worse.
So the next morning is when they said basically he's just holding on by a thread. The machines is barely doing anything for him, and that he's not going to make it.
And at that moment, Gianna could not be there for her husband to say goodbye.
They FaceTime me so I can see him and say my goodbyes before they took him off the machines. And then after I FaceTimed him, then they hung up with me. And then they called me back and said he passed.
4 days after going to the hospital and 2 after testing positive for COVID-19, Kenneth Boswell's story ended.
We could not be there to hug him, to kiss him, any of that. And to be able to actually see him through a phone when he's going for his, the last moments, is so indescribable.
Gianna is sharing her story, Kenneth's story. Also that you will take the story of COVID-19 seriously.
And I've lost the love of my life, which is a part of my life, and I'll never get that back.
Gianna says she is feeling better when it comes to the sickness, but still has a fever. She says health officials will not test her kids for COVID-19.